Hello and welcome, guys. Today we are headed for a Sunday ride with a few of my friends. A lot of interesting bikes coming up over there. Hopefully, I'm just starting from home. I'm going to fuel up and meet up everyone at the meeting up spot, and then from there we will head over for the ride. So as of now, I've connected my car door to the phone, not to the bike. And I'm going to record audio separately, the video on the GoPro, and I'm going to lay it over on top of each other. Hopefully this turns out fine, solves all the audio issues that people have been telling me about in my previous vlog. Anyways, so here we are. Weather seems decent, not too hot, not too cold. Still getting used to wearing all the riding gear with all the protectors and stuff. Hopefully Srujan will be getting his new bike, the BMW R18 first edition. Really excited to see that and swing a leg over it and give it a short ride. Let's see how that goes. But for now we're going to fuel up. I have had barely any sleep last night, and when we go for these rides we need to wake up early and gear up and fuel up and everything, and then go meet our friends and then enjoy our Sunday ride. Yeah, just started from our meetup point, heading towards the breakfast place. We have a 1250 GS traction R9T, I think that's an option 719, and an R18. So too many BMWs today. That's a beautiful R18 that Sujan's elder brother Rohit has picked up the other day. You can head over to their YouTube channel and check the video out for that. And also you can also check out my podcast, the one that I have done with Sujan and Rohit. Hooking up the bus pretty well, at least from where I'm seeing. Get to know how it exactly fares well with bumps once I get on the bike. Hopefully we'll do that too on our way back maybe. The bike sure does grab a lot of attention. In general, if you are in India and you are on a super bike, you will grab some attention, but the R18 is a very attention, not exactly seeking, but it grabs a lot of attention by itself. It's almost like a retro spaceship on wheels. I don't know where the R90 is. Here we are with the BMW R18. Going to swing a leg over it and ride it. The bike feels a lot of vibrations and everything, but it's a very beautiful machine. I'm gonna get a taste of it on the highway. Going to let one of the boys take the lead so that he can follow. That's vision on my bike. And the torque on this thing is insane, you know, then you feel these vibrations because it's a 1800cc boxer engine. When I rev it, it vibrates so much that I can barely see anything clearly in the rear view mirror. But man, this thing makes you feel so alive and manly. It's almost like you're floating on a carpet, but obviously without vibrations. This thing's got a different feel to it. You need to, not everyone's going to enjoy riding this. People who want that smooth sailing cushion comfort or something like that, they're not going to enjoy this. And this is definitely not something that you can ride around very often in the city. But for me, I personally enjoy cruisers. I used to enjoy them as a kid as well. You know, like the Harleys and stuff like that. Man, the sound of this engine and this exhaust. I'm good. And the way the distance beats in this thing is like this, not like this. So you feel this rumble every time you rev it. Especially when you start it up. I'll record a video of this thing starting up and post it. This thing is giving me proper gentlemanly vibes, you can say. It's got some class to it. And under that tunnel, this thing sounded like a monster. So this thing doesn't fail to put a smile on your face. It's got that typical old school odometer with a little bit of new school tech wherein you have the gear shift indicator. We are in the rock mode. A lot of chrome, black color. You can see these engine headers pop out. This bike's got a different vibe to it, man. You enjoy looking at it and then you get on it and then this thing makes you smile ear to ear. Wow. Sounds like music to ears. You don't need a music system in your helmet if you're riding this bike. Very chill position, you can say. You can easily do 100-200 kilometers on this without feeling that tired. I mean, it's all about getting used to it. I know people who've done cross country even on 100cc motorcycles, so it's more about the rider than the ride. But yeah, the seating posture is not very bad as you would expect it to be on a cruiser. But definitely those vibrations are there because it's a big engine, it's a boxer engine, it's an 1800cc torquey motor. Oh, the sound, man. This thing just pulls like a missile. This thing weighs, I assume, close to 400 kilos, 343 kilos maybe. I think there's only one of, this is one of 6 in Telangana. Very few had even come to India, so yes. The gearbox, yes. On cruisers, on these old school big machines, when you start the vehicle up and from you you put it into first, you get this cut sound, right? I feel like you've broken something. That is not there in this. The gearbox is so butter smooth. You feel none of that cut vibration from the gearbox. It's a mad machine. Let's see what modes are there. Currently we are in the rock mode. There is rain mode. There is roll mode. Okay, I can feel the power delivery be a little late. The throttle response is not as sensitive in roll mode. Put it back in block and then this thing is just ready to pull, ready to pull. even though it's such a heavy machine, the engine cylinder heads are out and all of that, it's a very maneuverable machine. Obviously not as nimble as, like a street bike or a super sport or something, but definitely much approachable than how it actually looks. We are on the Srisalem highway. Roads are pretty decent, single lane so far. Back project or something. Every time you rev it and you hear that exhaust note and the sound of the engine, it's like you're in a theater, and in Dolby sound, there's this purring sound, there's this classic engine beating, They're pulling and pulling. So I feel it's a very tractable engine. I haven't really tested pulling it in, lower gears. And for the ones who've watched Srujan's podcast, that is Kishore. I don't really know if I'm going to keep this footage, but yeah, that's it. And this thing feels so nice. Easily one of the best motorcycles I've driven in my life so far. The horn on this, definitely not that cheap Activa sound. Something like the older cars used to have, maybe. And also this bike gives you a feeling of as kids we used to look at these really grown, bearded men, leather jackets, leather boots, getting on these big masculine bikes. This one kind of gives you that feeling, Makes you feel more masculine, but not in like a toxic way, but in like this really suave, classy manner. That is again another boxer engine. That's a BMW R9T option 719. The only thing that's missing on this bike is a cruise control. That would have been nice. But then I think they wanted to stick to the whole cool cruiser bike kind of feel, so they didn't want to probably put in a lot of things. This is for the mode, this is for the menu, setting for traction control. And this one is to turn on the bike, and this was the ignition kill switch and starting of the bike. So the entire lineup of this bike is amazing. So we have a 1250 GS, we have the R9T option 719, then we have my bike, the F850 GS Adventure, we have this, the BMW R18, we have the Triumph Truxton R in red, classy macho masculine bike. Now pull it here now. But it's very easy. See, okay, that's damn good. Well, not really bad, not many potholes. Because it's a cruiser, it doesn't have that much suspension travel, so not really good at going through a lot of bumpy roads or potholes and stuff. But again, the purpose of buying this bike or the target audience for this bike is entirely different. It's not someone who's going to go exploring like that or something. This is more so for just cruising around. Of course, you can buy some luggage and put it on and go traveling, but this isn't something that you can take a little off-road and places where there's no proper route. It's a very beautiful machine. It's so sad that India didn't get a lot of these bikes, and not a lot of people in India have actually even chosen to buy it. Very few tasteful guys purchase this. They sound so good, you don't feel like letting go of the throttle. It has a different character over here, slightly aggressive structure. So this is the BMW R19 option 719. It's just a custom page of limited edition. I don't really know how many of these there are. As far as I know, there's probably 3 of these. This thing feels so small and nimble. A very, very different character from what I was just riding. Also the views, let's look at that. This is why I just wait for Sundays to come so that we can just get on our bikes and get out. It feels so smooth and refined compared to that, barely any vibrations. Although this is also a boxer engine, for a smaller capacity you can say. This is also again on the neo-retro side, you can say, got a very industrial look, combined with a little bit of classy retro. That's the Preston R, again another very limited bike. This thing is ready to fly. Pulls again, all these boxer engines, super torquey. Sounds good too. It comes with a stock camera. That was the finish of the given 719. This is the anchoring machine the owner has installed with on the BMW technical block tank banks. Beautiful machine. I'm just going to give it a slight pull. Ready to fly. Simple, very flexible. This is something that you can live in the city, you can almost use this as an everyday bike, except for the fact that Every time you have wet roads, all the mud is going to come back from the rear wheel and stick onto your back. So that's something you have to keep in mind. But otherwise, this is again a very, very, very powerful machine. So this thing has done about 5,671 kilometers. And now this is in road mode. Let's go through the modes that this bike has. You have road, you have rain. Okay, there's two modes in this. There's no dynamic or sports or rock, roll or anything. Very basic. So one good thing that we do on these Sunday rides is we exchange each other's bike just for a little bit to get a taste of what the other machines are in the market, and especially with the group I'm riding right now, we have some of the bikes that even the showrooms don't have for test rides, or even for deliveries for that matter. Like for example, the R18, you can't find it with almost any dealership right now. Something close to the R18 what you can find is the R18 Transcontinental, or maybe the R1250 RT, that is more towards touring. No, punching highway miles, you can say. I'm enjoying this bike too. Oh, it's not always this whole thing that you enjoy a particular kind of bike and all bikes need to do everything. Every bike is made with a different purpose, and you should know how to enjoy each. This was one of the bikes that I was actually considering to test ride. There was nothing, the delivery time frame wasn't very sure, and then it was going to be my first super bike, so I thought why not just get an 80 because it's going to do everything pretty much. Take me to places where even this thing can't go. No doubt this is a very capable machine. I know people who take their R9T decent off-road passes, but keeping in mind, we wanted the bike as early as possible, and I wanted something that should be able to do almost everything to a certain extent, because see, a bike of that power, even though it's a smaller capacity than the R90, and it's capable of so much, I don't think in this entire lifetime I'm going to be able to actually make it do everything. But yeah, for a second bike, this no doubt is one of the best bikes. You can take this out Monday to Friday for all your daily work, travel and everything, and then on the weekend I can just take that, or I can even use this to do the entire week and take the ADV on tours or off-road, like that. We have reached the breakfast destination.